Hello, hello, beautiful one. Welcome to December's monthly messages. I was inspired and guided to do a drawing for you for this month and see what comes through. I always enjoyed this time of the year growing up when they would have all of those year in review things and you get back and look, you have the opportunity to reflect on the year that happened. And now where I am in my life, it's not so much reflecting on the year that's passed, but I love looking at the year ahead and reflecting from the future of what has passed, kind of reverse engineering the year to see how it unfolds. And it's really revealing and accurate when I do those kinds of practices. So I just wanted to start off an invitation for you to do that for yourself. And it is the time of year where I do offer these one-to-one year ahead review sessions. And I will have the link in the description for you to schedule that if that inspires you to see what happens for you in the upcoming year, play by play, and to answer any questions you have that may come up during the process. But those are really fun sessions for me to do and to offer. But for now, I'm just going to talk about what's coming up for this month, for December 2023. So let me share my screen and see what the drawing has for us today. Takes a moment for it to come up here. There we go. Maybe longer than a moment. Okay, let's see what we have going on for us this month. So here's a financial pattern. People are feeling a bit of a squeeze, not knowing where the money is going to come in or not knowing how to safeguard the money that they already have. So all I'm seeing here is just a stack of bills, like dollar bills, not bills that have to be paid. And it feels like it's a finite construct, like I have this stack of bills and that's all I have and I need to draw upon that. But what we forget is that money is energy, it's currency, and that when we tap into that energetic currency from source itself, we can tap into an infinite supply of that energy. Now, what's in the way of us accessing this infinite abundance? A lot of family programming here. I'm just going to pause here for a moment and just talk about the drawings if you're new to how this works. So the drawing is a remote viewing tool that I use that gives me an accurate indication of the patterns that are here to be addressed in the session. But at the same time, it actually harmonizes it. So as I'm talking about this stuff, I just invite you to, feel your body, notice the responses you're having to the information that's coming through. Because as I'm working here with the lines and the colors and the images that are appearing, it's actually not only drawing the pattern, but harmonizing it as well. Okay, so I just wanted to share that with you as we move forward. So there was a family pattern blocking the access to the financial abundance. There's also some kind of residual guilt from other lifetimes about abusing power when it was related to having money. And so, there's maybe like a promise or a vow that you made for yourself in this incarnation that you're not going to do that again. But you're not beholden to that vow. You can actually transform that contract that you've made with yourself to kind of heal that guilt. Because when you have access to abundance and prosperity in this way, you can actually have the positive impact that you want to have in the world around you. This is going into a heart pattern. Feels like a physical heart pattern. So a circulatory issue, blood pressure, and a physical heart pattern. So if it's you or someone you know, you might want to have them just, check out just take care of themselves, look after themselves, make sure everything's in order. If you need to see your doctor, by all means do that. I'm also feeling some chest tightness and compression, and there's a lot of fear around that. So there's a fear around the heart pattern, and it's also kind of entangled and twined with grief. So interesting. I'm just going to show you the whole picture so far. This is very interesting and quite unique. I usually have them all kind of superimposed and stuff, but to have these different lines and dimensions is fascinating for me. Okay. So here I'm seeing like a bicycle. I'm also seeing a flat tire. And this is actually, it seems like it's more a memory of something to do with a bike that might be relevant to what's going on for you now, or maybe it's nostalgic, or maybe it brings up, an uncomfortable memory. I know for me personally, I have a memory of me riding my bike. My grandparents were coming over for a holiday dinner, and it wasn't a very pleasant interaction. My grandmother insisted I get off my bike to say hello, and I was in the middle of playing, so it was a very uncomfortable situation for me. And then she wanted to withhold love and affection because of that. So perhaps it might be something similar to you. I'm sharing my experience. Maybe it'll evoke one of your own personal experiences. Okay, so now I'm going into a pattern of travel. I see travel for some of you. More short trips than long trips. There's kind of more of a comfort of staying closer to home rather than taking long trips or going away, further away, or for longer periods of time. There's kind of this feeling of wanting to travel but not wanting to go too far. And for good reason. I feel like you're going to be needed at home. Like either you'll be called back home for something, but you'll be needed at home. So staying close to home during this month, during this time of year would be beneficial from what I'm seeing here in this drawing and from what I'm receiving. And for those of you who do have travel plans, I don't see any glitches or anything. It feels like it's smooth. But staying close to home would make it even more smooth. You run the risk of more hang-ups the further away you get. And some of you would rather just invite everyone to visit you instead. That might be a good choice. So here I am looking at the holiday time. And our elders, grandparents, and such. To really take this moment and appreciate the time that you have with each other. Because I feel for some people, there's not that much time left. I'm not saying that someone's going to leave this plane of existence anytime soon, but to really, not wait to appreciate the time that you have with loved ones. And that's coming through pretty strongly here. Like I said, I'm not seeing anything about, imminent loss of life or anything like that. But to really, take in the moment fully. Just take a moment, like even each day, even by yourself, when you're out in the world, just pause for several moments throughout the day and just take in the world. Take in the sunshine, take in the stars, take in the birds singing, take in your feet on the bare earth, take in the food that you're eating. Really start to feel that. Feel life, feel existence, feel your existence in relationship to others, in relationship to people, to nature, to animals. Feel yourself in relationship to the world around you, but really take it in. Like, how deeply can you feel life itself? A lot of us, we resist life, we resist feeling because there's so much discomfort and pain that's underneath the surface that we kind of turn the volume down in our experiences. And this time is really inviting you to open yourself up to feeling things more deeply. And a lot of times we do that really just to protect ourselves. It's a protective mechanism. But this when you open yourself up during this time of year to feeling more deeply, you'll feel that there's nothing to protect yourself from. It's going to be an awesome experience in the full sense of the word, of really feeling the inordinate amount of beauty that life has to offer, that your heart is beating, that you're breathing, that you get to experience this life, that you get to experience, these people, you get to experience this food, these animals, this, the ocean, whatever it is for you. So to really take that in, really notice the preciousness of things, because it's temporary, it's transient, it's ephemeral. Even though there's an eternal nature to who you are, your ability to feel this connection to life in this form, in this body, is temporary. And to really take in your connection to life in this way through the construct of time. And when we do that, I think what will happen is we're actually slow time down quite a bit rather than speeding up. And we are at the time of the year when that's a natural tendency for things to happen, for time to feel like it's slowing down. And we want to move with that energy of going into that stillness, right? The winter is bringing us into even deeper inside, where all this energy is happening underneath the surface. And let's see if we can tap into even feeling those undercurrents within ourselves, like feeling all that energy that will come out come springtime, right? But right now there's a lot of that energy just, gaining momentum and creating and connecting you to the depths of yourself, to your wisdom, to your intuition, to your creativity, to the movement of your bones and of your blood, and to see where that leads you. So this is not it. Even though I'm inviting you to feel your connection to life around you, I'm really inviting you to go in to feel that, even though we're perceiving the outside world. So to perceive the outside world from being in a place of stillness within, and to hold that beautiful dynamic tension of energy, right? And that beautiful contrast. Got some more specific information coming through here. I almost want to go on to a new page. Oh, look at that. We have space at the top. So here's some specific questions that I'm picking up in the field here. So, there's always the top three, right? Health, wealth, and love. So this is around love. And again, it's an invitation to really, if those of you who are looking for love or a deeper connection of love with those who are in your life, what is that feeling like for you? It's like the feeling you want to have is never going to be satisfied from another. They can't give you that feeling. It doesn't matter what they do. They don't know that specific feeling that you're looking for. Only you know that feeling. And when you're feeling the feeling that you're wanting from another, interestingly, you're actually feeling the feeling in that moment. So you're giving it to yourself. And I invite you just to feel the feelings you're wanting to feel. Let's say it's a relationship, you have a difficult relationship with your mother, and you're wanting to feel, a certain harmony and acknowledgement from that relationship. You know that feeling that you're looking for. Your mother will never, ever know what that specific feeling is like for you. You can say acknowledgement and validation and appreciation, but everyone has a different relationship to what those words mean, right? As do you. So you hold the specific key, the specific frequency to that feeling of the relationship you'd like to have with your mother. And so just pause, think of someone in your life that you are in relationship to. It can be family, friend, beloved, whatever. What is the feeling that you'd like to feel there? And just feel that for a moment. That you're hoping that if they just did that, then I could feel this way. It doesn't work that way. But there is a feeling that you're looking for, and you know that feeling. There you go. Yeah. See, and you're providing yourself with that feeling. So the more that you can kind of water your own roots of that feeling, the more it will grow, and you will see it in your outer world. I have many powerful experiences of this happening in my personal life, one specifically with my mother, and I'll just relay this story as an example. We weren't talking for some time. This was years and years ago now. My mother and I have an amazing relationship now, and I would have never believed this possible if you had asked me this 20, 30 years ago, or even growing up. And I don't really recall why we weren't speaking, but it had been about 3 months. And I realized in that moment there was something that I wanted from her, a feeling, and that, just as I said with you, she would never be able to give, she doesn't know that feeling. And then I realized in that moment that I was feeling that feeling for myself. And all I did was kind of just rest in that feeling and feeling that for myself. And the next day she called me. Would have never been able to predict that happening. So I invite you to feel the feelings that you're seeking in the outside world, and to feel those feelings for yourself, and see what happens as you begin to just rest inside and be with those feelings and those beautiful emotions and energy and vibrations, and see what happens in your outer world in response to you taking care of yourself emotionally in this way, and providing yourself with the nourishment that you need from giving yourself the feeling that you're looking for. So that's in relationship to love in whatever form it arises. We talked about the financial part at the beginning. There's also some pattern here of loss. We did talk about grief for a moment, but the loss pattern is here again. And just kind of holding space in our heart and that eternal light that we carry of them within us. And just kind of bringing them in, all our loved ones who are no longer here. And feeling the strength of their light that we carry within us, that never leaves. And then health. We did love and wealth. Let's look at the health pattern. We did talk about a heart pattern. There's some spinal stuff going on here, a little bit of arthritis in the spine, blood stagnation. There's not a lot of movement happening here like I would like to see. This, in what I'm picking up here, requires some dietary changes. So you might want to just look to your diet and make small changes. I'm not inviting you to, just make, complete change. That's very difficult to sustain. But maybe just do one change at a time and notice how you feel. Maybe just start drinking more water, for example, or maybe just, eat more fruit or vegetables. Okay, not worrying so much about what you need to eliminate, but just add more things that would benefit you. And you'll find that your cravings for the things that you know aren't necessarily as beneficial will kind of fall away to the side. And if you do kind of indulge now and then, it is the holidays, of course you're going to indulge. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. There's a lot of struggles around people holding themselves to particular standards when it comes to their eating habits, and that judgment that we place on ourselves just adds to the burden. It really doesn't serve you at all. So just enjoy, connect. When you start connecting with the food that you're eating, your body's going to tell you whether or not you want it. So before you just go and eat something, just take a moment and check in, like, how will I feel after I eat this? And if you feel fine, then by all means eat it. But if you know that you're going to feel, terrible after, eating like 3 slices of pizza or 3 scoops of ice cream or whatever it is, then don't do that. Ask your body what it needs. Really become conscious of asking your body what it needs to take care of itself. Just like the feeling, your body has a feeling of what it needs. It's super wise. It knows exactly what you need. And this would be a really beautiful opportunity for you to maybe step into the holidays time with a different awareness of your relationship to how you're enjoying things. Maybe you love your wine, but maybe your body is like, okay, you know what? After this 1 glass, my body's telling me to stop. I'm going to honor myself in this process. Okay, so notice if you're kind of going over the boundaries your body is setting for you, and just listen to your body and notice how you feel later. Like conscious eating. Doesn't mean you can't enjoy yourself. You just enjoy yourself in a new way and in an empowered way, because you're forging a really beautiful relationship with your body's wisdom and taking care of yourself. And when we, I lost my pen here. There we go. Yeah. And so you'll find other ways to enjoy your life that are more aligned with health than they were maybe before, without having to, struggle. It's really a beautiful, gentle transition, right? Okay. And I hear some about looking ahead to next year, but you'll just have to wait for those messages, or you can schedule a private session. I have some ideas that have come up that I will share soon that I have been receiving, so I will let you know what that is. It is also about what the year ahead looks like, another opportunity to explore that together, where you have a chance to ask questions and engage, and it's really fun to do these kinds of things in group settings. So that is to come. But for now, this is what the energy of December looks like. We talked about finances, we talked, wealth, we talked about love, we talked about health, heart patterns, all sorts of interesting things, how to take care of yourself in the foods that you eat, how to take care of yourself emotionally and giving yourself the feelings that you want to have, and also being really present with one another during this time. Feel the world around you. This is the time of stillness, so you have more energy to support you in feeling the things that you don't normally get to feel during other times of the year, because we're more inward now. We're in a yin time, right? And to see if you can feel the undercurrents and the passage of time through your bones. Feel things in your bones. How do they want to move? Maybe you need more rest. Maybe you need more time alone. Maybe you need more space for yourself. Maybe you need time to read some books that you haven't read, or to write those letters that you haven't written. to loved ones, or time with loved ones that, are not going to be on this earth for much longer. So let's just really be present with ourselves and with one another this holiday season. And I wish you blessings and a happy new year. I look forward to seeing you in 2024. And be sure to stay tuned by checking out my website for the most up-to-date offerings. I do have several this month to support you in your vibrational health. And those all will be posted in the description. So thank you all for coming together with me to harmonize the nature of oneself. Blessings and happy holidays and happy new year.